NorTech's vision for what the advancement of Northeast Ohio is really a more diversified economy that's based on technology and innovation, creates jobs, attracts capital, and really just creates a positive economic impact for Northeast Ohio. Doing national work to bring focus onto the region, regional work, and really planning around the regional activities and getting people in the cluster aligned. And again, the cluster is universities and companies, workforce. And then we also think about really working individually with the companies. So our roadmaps really hit that regional aspect. And so the methodology is, what's the global market opportunity in a particular sector? What are the assets? And we really go deep dive into the assets that we have in Northeast Ohio. And then say, okay, based on this, let's pull the cluster together and talk about what's our vision in 7 years for what this region can be in that particular sector. And then most importantly probably is we come up with an action plan over the next 18 months. What do we need to do to get there? And that includes the roles for industry, universities, the cluster as a collective, as well as NorTech. So for instance, in energy, we have roadmaps that we're executing in 3 different sectors: smart grid, biomass waste to energy, and energy storage. And between those, we've identified $30 billion in market opportunities for Northeast Ohio in those 3 sector areas. The reason I think it's important to have a regional economic development strategy such as Advanced Northeast Ohio is to be able to really align organizations and expectations of a region along the same deliverables and outcomes that are expected from those organizations and from the region. And I think, day to day, all of the different organizations collaborate very actively together. But it really speaks to outsiders outside of the network that there is a common goals and common strategy that we're all working under, and that there's actually a mechanism for that collaboration as opposed to just ad hoc. It's really saying, here's our strategy, we're advancing Northeast Ohio through this strategy, and we're doing that as a collective of the different organizations. And I think also nationally, if you're speaking to outside audiences, it definitely makes it look and feel, and actually is a more collaborative and more focused environment, and you don't get caught up on what are the different economic development organizations. You get caught on to, well, that's not the important part. The important part is we have Advanced Northeast Ohio, and we've chosen to approach that with this set of economic development organizations working towards that same mission. It's important to have a regional plan also because I think our national competitiveness is going to be really based on how coordinated regions can be and getting their acts together to drive the economy, because our economy in the U.S. is not about one federal economy. It's about multiple regional economies knitted together into a national economy. So the more organized that we can be in our region towards those particular outcomes, I think the more impact we can have on the national economy. One of the parts of the process of the road mapping that's really critical is making sure that we have community input on the roadmaps. And so, for instance, for our 3 advanced energy roadmaps, we have a set of webinars and networking events, as well as workshops that we're doing to be able to give people opportunities to be able to give feedback on those roadmaps. So the final will be actually rolled out in September once we've gone back through this community feedback process. And that will actually be at a business-to-business Advanced Energy Conference that NorTech and the Summit County Mayors Association are hosting in Akron. It'll be September 14th and 15th down there, so it's a good opportunity for industry from Northeast Ohio to really speak to the state, the region, and really we have some international participation as well about the assets that we have here and what the opportunities are.